You should have talked to me, Day. That's what normal couples would do. Jungkook started playing with his shirt that was around his hand now. But you're not normal. They suddenly lifted his eyes and mocked glared at Day. Well, I told Inwu about. You told your friend about that? He asked, and that what they said was a little tricked off. Are you stupid, Day? He snapped, and feeling his anger were raised, they clapped at him, opening and closing his mouth. I'm sorry. I was so. How could you about something so personal with your friend? This is something that should remain only between us. And I can't believe it. He left his shirt and ran a hand through his hair. How would you have felt if I talk about our personal life to my friends? He clenched his teeth and shot the cold look. They flashed about his word and nervously looked down. Okay, I didn't tell him everything. I just said I run away after we make love. Can you please stop? They said irritatedly. His cheeks were flushing pink. Why? Now you're feeling shy in front of me when you have say about it to the entire world. I have not. Can you please get to the point? They said, feeling extremely uncomfortable. And what is that? He folded his arm over his chest, still feeling pretty annoyed at The point is that he screamed at me and told me that I was a horrible person for doing this and kicked me out of his house. Jungkook's face was softened. The thing is that I was feeling like everyone was mad at me, and then I saw you with Sophia in the hospital. They said, I heard you both talking, and I assumed that I was just playing for you, and you don't want me after you know. That night, Jungkook formed his eyebrows, feeling confused. That's why I was acting so, and then you said you wanted to break up. I never said that. He shook his head. You mean that? They glared at him. Only if marriage wasn't between us, you would have told me that we are. Okay, I didn't mean that. I was angry and I didn't understand why you were being so moody. Again, that possibilities of they being pregnant crossed his mind. For God's sake, they were so young and barely 21. Whatever. So basically, there was just the misunderstandings between us, and I want us to look past them. They bit his upper lip. I'm sorry. I want you to forgive me. They looked at him, and Jungkook sighed and bit his lips up a little. I forgive you, he nodded. And I'm sorry too. He grabbed their hand and wrapped his thumb over his. They looked at him softly before I still haven't forgive you for that kiss, they said and yanked his hand away with that gasped, and Jungkook sighed and rubbed his jaw. It was a mistake. It wasn't. Clearly, you're not that dumb to just stand there as a woman kisses you. I bet she would have taken off your clothes and you would be still standing like a statue. They shivered. His voice was rising, and their face was red in anger. And Jungkook knew they was not kidding. I'm shocked, he mumbled, embarrassingly. No, he just wanted to explore how she lips fit against you, they said, and Jungkook's eyes were expanded. He wanted to laugh at the bizarre thinking. You're the boy I have ever known. He shook his head. Oh yes, I am positive. You have made a lot of boy and maybe tasty lips too. I bet you just did it out of shock too, right? He facepalmed himself and groaned. Word, they snapped. I'm very disappointed in you. They shook his head, and he gave their look. You're not my teacher. He deadpanned. But I'm your wife. They threw his head in the air. What do you mean to do? Go back in time and stop the case? Yes, I do, they nodded, crossed his arms over his chest, and looked away from him, with his chin held high. Was too serious. As much as I want to, I can't. You want to? No, you don't. What did her lips taste like, Jungle? But I swear I am going to go crazy now. Can you please just stop it? They were so, and Jungkook stood up for the bed and placed the room. Oh no, we are not done yet. They grabbed his hand and tugged hard, making him fall on the bed once again. He shouted, don't yell at me. You don't get to yell at me after kissing her. They said, I'm done here. He rubbed his eyes with the heel of his hands. There is only one way to make this right. He nodded like a boy on mission. Standing up, he showed a glare when he tried to stand up and said, stay right where you are. They pointed his finger at him and he signed, I can't sit on the bed forever, he complained, but they was already opening the drawer of his dressing and taking out things. They thankfully come back and sat in front of him. Now what? He gave him an annoyed glare. They glared at him and grabbed his jaw in his hand. He foamed and they touched something on his lips. What are you doing? He mumbled. And they rubbed the cold cloth-like thing over his lips with a determined look on his face. Wipe that, they mumbled. What? I don't have. Stop speaking. You have her germs on your lips. They grabbed his jaw even more tighter and rubbed. He hissed. They are my lips, not some dirty dish that you are scrubbing so hard. He said, this stop, and placed the wipe on the bedside his. I told you to stop speaking, didn't I? They made him look at him. Their hand was still on his jaw, as it closed a distance, and kissed him. Jungkook stiff. His eyes were pointed and they saw his. This is not the. This was not the. Finally, letting go of his annoyance and anger, he wrapped his arms around the waist and tugged it closer, and he kissed him back. They was the first one who pulled back, breathing heavily. Jungkook stared at him, and a lit horror before saying, You're so. He licked his lips and grinned at Tae. The smile and rested his voice against his. So, am I forgiven, Your Royal Highness? He joked, and they finally let go of the grumpy mood and giggled and nodded. You are my slave, he smiled, and peeked at the nose. So, does that mean I can go see my brother now? Yes, they nodded. It's 11 now. They nodded once again. You said something. Did I? What was that? He foamed. That you loved me. I didn't imagine it, did I? He said, and forwarded his eyebrows, and he thought about that possibilities. No, you didn't. He shook his head. I can't believe it. They mumbled to himself, and Jungkook foamed and pushed him back, so that he was sitting at a little distance. Why? Haven't I shown you my actions? Actions speak louder than the words. After all, he said. They nodded. So, does that mean you noticed my actions too? They said. Why? Do you love me? You tell me. They shrugged. Of course you do. He grinned. Yeah, they mumbled. I do.